Hello and welcome to another GarageBand One Sound Pack Challenge where we're going to take a really improbable sound pack and record a song from start to finish. And stay tuned because I've worked out a hack where you can use the sound loops in different time signatures, in this case 6/8. So we hop into our sound packs and scroll along, and there they all are. And here we're coming up to today's challenge, which is transition effects. And it does sound really improbable, let me tell you. But we're going to add high energy electronic transitions and dramatic impact effects to our next track, expertly crafted using some of the world's most revered synthesizers. Over 250 Apple loops, more than 20 Alchemy synth sounds, and they're all transitions and rises and sweeps and that sort of thing. If you haven't got it already, go to the top left-hand corner. Yours might say get, mine says downloaded, but just click on that and it will download for you. So can we record a song from start to finish just using transition effects and maybe a drummer thrown in as well? Let's see. Okay, popping out of the sound library, let's get into our keyboard sounds. And there's the Alien chorus sound, but we're going to make sure that we've got the transition effects. And we do that by going to recently downloaded, and on the left you can see transition effects. That's all the sounds from that pack. Now, as we can see, they're all sound effects. We've got Forever Riser, Howling Riser, Ludicrous Speed, Particle Accelerator, Ridiculous Speed, Unison Riser, and I'm going to go in search of something that will give us some melody. And I've chosen to go with Alien Chorus and move over to the Shimmer sound. Hopefully that can give us something. Now, I made the ridiculous decision perhaps to go with a 6/8 time signature, and I've also extended it to 120 bars, so there's plenty of room for us to create with. So let's hit record, and I'm just lightly tapping on the keys there so it doesn't really take off and become a riser or some sort of transition effect. It just gives us the melody. Now, I left the metronome on that whole time because we don't have any drums in yet, and I think we're going to have to use a drummer to give us that rhythm. Flicking back over to our mixing desk, and we can see that we have 8 bars, and we're going to click on it and hit loop. Check the transition, and that sounds great. Okay, onto the drums. Now, this might seem like a little bit of cheating, but there are no drummers or drum sounds in the transition effects pack. So I'm going to go for a little bit of Curtis with his rim shot. I'm going to center it on the left and then bring down the fills slider. And there's that 6/8 time working well for us. Brilliant. And back over to the mixing desk, and we see that Curtis has got his thing happening right there. Okay, so you can see that I've moved Curtis up to the top. I like to do that with the drums, and now I'm going to hit duplicate on the Alien chorus because we want to add some more sounds. And what are we going to come up with? Scrolling down, there's Forever Riser. And Forever Riser does exactly what it says it's going to do. If you leave your finger on it, it's going to forever rise. Just keeps going up and up. Ooh, over to droplets. I'm just touching on it. Don't want it to get out of control. Sounds pretty good, I think. Nice. We're going to use that, and we're going to flip back over to the mixing desk. There it is, the Forever Riser. Scroll across, and we're going to click on it, hit loop, and it goes all the way through the song. Don't know that we'll need it all the way through the song, but just for the time being. Oops, I've noticed there's a little timing issue there. That won't work, so we're going to cut it down and extend it so it goes for the full 8 bars and then loop, and that should work absolutely fine for us. Just checking. That's what happens when you're so used to working in 4/4. Sounding great. And I've duplicated that to add a little bit more. Forever Riser. Remember, just touching the key. Sounds great. That's percolating. Now I've decided I don't want the second Forever Riser to echo everything on the first one, so I'm going to get rid of the ones I don't want, and I do that just by clicking on it and hitting split and sliding down, such as, and I really only like the second and third ones, but I want them to be as the second and fourth beats, if that makes sense. So we're going to split once more, slide down, and we're going to get rid of that first one, and we're going to slide the third one along to be where the fourth one was. And here's a great little tip. What we can do now is click on both of them together, and we're going to hit join to bring them together, and on the left hand side slide along, so now we have those 4 bars absolutely beautiful there. So it doesn't play there, and now it does play. Cool. Let's add some percussion now, and we're going to the cymbal swell sound, and we're going to forward crash. Let's hit record. Groovy. And that's all we need. So I've gone away and done a little bit of vocal work, and this is for the verse, and I'm doubling up 3 sort of sections of the verse. Sounds like this. On the sea we will be, on the sea we will flee, on the sky. Now we've got to get some bass in there somehow, so let's see if we can find some in loops. Uh-oh, loops are not available for this time signature. Who was the fool that decided to work in 6/8? What am I going to do? I've got an idea. I'm going to use plasma drop. I've used it before, and I'm just going to get the start of it to give us that bottom end. On the sea we will be, on the sea we will flee. Well, it's a flatulent bottom end, but it's better than nothing. There it is. But I don't want those first 2 pieces of flatulent percussion sound, which we can see. So I'm just going to split, get rid of those, cut, and then I'm going to carve myself out one perfect little bit of bass. So move the slider along, split again, and cut down, get rid of that rest of it, and then I'm just going to copy, and paste, and we'll see how that turns out. Looking good, and so now I'm going to tap on them all, tap again, and hit join, and there they are all together, and I just need to extend the end of this little cut here so the timing is perfect and we can play it all together. Nice. On the sea we will be, on the sea we will flee. And copied and pasted to cover all of the verses. And we'll make no sound. And back to Alien Chorus to record the melody for the chorus. How good was that? You'd think it was the first time I did it. And there it is, sitting prettily in the mixing area. Now I've just realised I made a rookie error that I haven't saved and named it, so I'm going to name it Flea, maybe in honor of the Chili Peppers bass player, because I really want some bass, but no F-L-E-E from the lyrics. Now I've spent my time away from you wisely by adding in the chorus vocals, some more flatulent bass for the chorus, and a couple of chorus synths to go along with that, but also another drummer. So I've clicked on and duplicated the drummer, and I've come up with Anders for the chorus. Sounds like this.
We'll make no sound. We'll be as birds that float on the breeze, protect our chicks that nest in trees. But seasons change, and so must we, to meet our destiny we flee.
And I love a little silence. Beautiful. But I just can't deal with the lack of bass, really, and how GarageBand has said that loops are not available for this time signature. But I've had an idea. Let's duplicate the song and create Flee 2, open it up, and now we'll go to the top right-hand corner with the wheel, and let's see if we can save it in 4/4 time, and now go back to our loops, and all of a sudden they're all there. Now this is going to screw everything up, of course. We look at the sound packs, and there's transition effects. And we're going to scroll down through all of these. Now mostly they're sound effects, mostly they're rises and gates and sweeps and all that. The dark blaster, who needs that? But look, oops, I found the deep bass boomer. Can I do something with that? That sounds fairly ominous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it and slide it down to the bottom here and put it on its very own track. And there it is. My loop is there. I have bass. But for this hack to work, we're going to have to change the time signature back to 6/8 and hope that the bass is still there. And it is. We have bass. But it's still in 4/4.
Meet our destiny we flee.
But it's in the wrong key. What are we going to do? I've got an idea. Let's tap on it and hit settings, and we're going to increase it by 2 semitones. Hopefully that's going to work for us.
We flee.
Not in the right key for the chorus, but the verse is fine. Checking out the rhythm now. And boom, it's not there. Still in 4/4. So we're going to bring in our old friend, the split, splice, cut, and loop. And look at this. Here we go. Ah, perfection. And there they are. Isn't that a joy? So I've done quite a lot of splicing and editing and cutting, as you can see. I've changed the bass for the chorus, but also added this little bit of bass here to give some accent on the next track. And you can see it's 9 semitones above, and the other track is 2 semitones above, and this is what it sounds like. Almost sounds like a real bass line. Now, unfortunately, I've had to do all that copying and pasting down the bottom because when I cut those accent bass lines in half, it stopped allowing me to loop. Up to the chorus now, and we can see that this first one was 5 semitones above. And the second one was 9. And the final one was 7 above. And this is what it sounds like.
Make no sound. We'll be as birds that float on the breeze, protect our chicks that nest in trees. But seasons change, and so must we, to meet our destiny we flee.
And the silence. Now does it come back in? Perfect. I feel the need for a transition effect solo.
Here we flee.
And it even gets more wigged out than that. So let's see how I did it. I'm going to duplicate that track and also mute it and go and do a dummy run using Fuel Cell's Foreboding Drone. Watch the hand movement. In the pitch setting in the center there. Just sliding it around. And now we're going up the keys this time. And look at this shimmer. It's kind of cool, isn't it? But I think what would really underpin it is if we brought back the intro with the forever riser and the cymbal swells. Nice. So now the song is basically finished. I've got all my instruments in there. I've trimmed it down to size. I think one of the only things I have to do before mixing, mastering and releasing is to trim down these vocals. But apart from that, I'm absolutely stunned that I was able to produce a song using just the transition effects. In fact, after about 2 hours, I was about to throw in the towel because I couldn't get a bass sound. And until I learned that hack, or I came up with that hack where I could use the loops by switching the time signatures over and switching them back. I hope you've really got something from this enjoyable tutorial today. Keep recording music and keep playing music and keep loving music. And if you'd like to hear the final song, the final product, please click on the link. Until next time, all the best and bye now.